Over the last, I'd say 2 or 3 weeks, people have been running over animals. And, every time this happens, it's usually somebody is driving at 70, 60, 80 miles an hour and they just smack into it. But they end up in the middle of the street, middle of the road. And until, someone comes and picks it up, it'll sit there for hours. And that smell of death is just the worst. I was driving about a week ago, and I saw this. I think it was a cat. Again, when I see these things, I try to not look at them. Just when you see all the blood and it laying there, but I drive past it, and all of a sudden I get smacked with this odor, and it's what's the way of describing it? It almost comes out at you where you're not exactly right by it, but even in just being within, I'd say 40 or 60 yards, you just get the smell, and it's foul. It is very unpleasant. And when I had that happen, I actually tried to drive down another street for the rest of the day, just so I could avoid having to sniff that. I know somebody would say just roll up your windows, but when it's 80 or 90 degrees outside, you're not as open to doing that. But then I go and drive down there today, and this time on the other side of the street, and it's not the same animal because it's been a few weeks. Another cat right on the ground, all bloodied up. Same thing. You drive past it, you smell that odor, and I'm just wondering, why is it that people? Because the odor thing is just annoying for me, in that moment. But sometimes I really wonder when people are driving, do they just not feel like they have to obey any kind of traffic laws in terms of, hey, this is a 40 miles per hour speed limit, 35 miles per hour. So, like we were talking about how when I got into the accident a few weeks back or 3 weeks ago, you had this dingbat deranged idiot driving at must be 60, 70 miles an hour on a surface street, and she's driving this fast while going up on, not on the freeway, going up to a stoplight, right? And that's what caused the accident where she knocked off the whole back of my car. But I just find it so interesting that people, during these latter parts of the day, could be late at night, could be early in the morning, 2, 3, 4 a.m., they really turn their brains off when they drive. And it's unfortunate that these animals are getting the brunt of it. Some of them are stray cats, right? But other times it's someone's pet that kind of like wanders off into the middle of the road and just gets taken out. Which I've always said, I'll never understand how you can be like the owner of a cat, which are some of the weakest animals in terms of they can get taken out by dogs, coyotes. We've had so many stories of coyotes taking out cats, and like you just let them wander around in the middle of the night. That stuff doesn't make any sense to me. But that smell, every time I come across it, I always know, oh, there's some dead animal around here, because it is a bombastic, decaying odor that is very strong. Like you can be 40, 60 feet away from the corpse and still smell it. I feel bad for people whose job it is to pick those things up, because when they throw them in the back of that car, the back of their van or whatever, it must be a devastating odor.